David Martin, the Texas attorney who defended the arson murder defendant that was found guilty and executed, he's amazing. He's just like the attorneys that defend parents in Florida, independency and termination of parental rights. Now, it seems as if Martin might have been a public defender. I'm not sure if this individual paid for his services. Had he been paying, probably he would have fired him and get the next one, but maybe he was appointed by the state. So that alone is a problem. If the state appointed him, he's going to defend the state more or less. Now, he's saying that he saw an overwhelming amount of evidence that suggested that his client was guilty, and he gave up immediately. I think that same thing with the Department of Children and Families in Florida. They appointed me as an attorney, and I told the judge, I said, I want to fire this guy because all he's doing is telling me that the state has a whole bunch of evidence, and I'm trying to show the individual, this is the attorney, that I'm not guilty. Look at the facts, investigate my case. But he doesn't have time for that. He's being paid probably too small or something. And so I was convicted, of course. The appeals attorney again started cussing me out, castigating my girl, talking racist to us and all that. Ended up not defending the mother of the child. She had no appeal. She appealed my case and started talking crazy stuff that you don't overturn dependency. She was saying that the attorney didn't do a proper job. In other words, ineffective assistance. And that is not a reason to overturn a dependency order because it's a civil trial. I'm sure she should have looked and see that basically the department was saying there was domestic violence at home. Let me say there was domestic violence. But this child is just 2 weeks old. And this child is not affected by nothing. This one say we were shooting or throwing missiles or whatever. She likes to play rough. And I'm telling her I don't like to play rough because her skin bruises easily. So this Martin guy in Texas, he's saying that he was convinced the guy is guilty. In my opinion, I think that if I'm an attorney and I find that they show me all this evidence and somehow I think this guy is guilty, I'm not going to go through the defense. I believe that even in a case where they show you all this overwhelming evidence, you'll be there to ensure that the evidence is fair, and you're going to check everything, and you're going to defend the guy to the hilt. I mean, if it were that this guy happened to rob me, and I pointed him out and everything, but then somehow I become his attorney, then I know that he's guilty, but you can't defend the guy if you know he's guilty like that. I mean, I don't think that it's my job to ask the guy, did you do this thing? That's beside the point. I am to look at the evidence and ask him if he has any defense to this piece of evidence here, and that's how I have to work. So I want to think that we need to review how we appoint attorneys for defendants. In Canada, they give you a certificate that you could go and purchase the attorney you want. And if he's not defending you the way you think he should be defended, you fire him and you get somebody else. But when the state appoints him, then he already is committed to the state. In fact, what I've discovered in Florida is this, that if they send you to a psychologist and they're paying his fee, of course he's going to get half of what you would have charged, or a third or whatever. So he's willing to give an opinion for the state. But if you were to pay him, then he's going to give an opinion for you. So this thing is so bizarre and so ridiculous. But as it shows up now, that the guy was definitely innocent. And the governor in Texas is trying to stonewall and trying to play games and all this stuff. But these folks here are playing games with people's lives and people's constitutional rights. And in my case, they've done me so much wrong that I still believe that you could get some justice out there. And this is why I want to be an attorney. I want to make sure that these folks that have given me that shabby and played out tricks on me, they'll be held accountable. And I want to see that the state stop appointing public defenders, disbanded public defender's office, let these guys go away. And when you have a case, you pay a little more, and the individuals could choose whoever they want. I think that's the only way we're going to get some justice in this country, because so far our courts are seen as, that's an order and it's above board. It's like we could execute this guy in this order right now, but it's showing up that it's not like that. So we need to reinvent this thing. We need to look at it again and try to see how we could work out the situation so that individuals would get justice. Let justice, be real justice, and not just justice by because these guys are supposed to be honest and good and all this stuff. This is serious. People are losing lives and losing their rights. Look, I've lost my child, 6 years now, and we're not guilty. And there's no way, when you're convicted like this, there's nobody you could go to. So this injustice has to be until she's 18. Then we get her back. This is so wrong.